Preliminary investigation, and we're still very early in this investigation. It appears that there was some sort of domestic argument last night between Trevor Lee and his parents, and that this shooting culminated from that argument.
When a barefoot 14-year-old boy walked into a quiet church parking lot, clutching a phone and trembling, nobody could have imagined the horror that followed. "I killed my parents," he told the 911 operator, his voice flat, like it was someone else speaking. Within hours, a peaceful Middleburg, Florida neighborhood would become the scene of a tragedy so chilling. It left even veteran deputies shaken, and a community asking, why? The sheriff's office found Trevor Lee at Cross Point Church August 4th, where he was taken into custody without incident. According to the arrest report, the church was about a mile away from the home in the area of Silver Point and County Road 220, where his parents, 44-year-old David K. Lee and 45-year-old Brandielle Smith, were found dead. Trevor Lee called 911 and told the dispatcher he shot his parents, where deputies could find them at their home, and that he was waiting at a church about a mile away. Clay County Sheriff Michelle Cook said August 4th that the incident stemmed from a domestic argument the night before, and that the firearm was believed to belong to Lee's parents. The gun was recovered at the home. Trevor Eugene Lee stayed on the line with a Clay County dispatcher for 21 minutes and 49 seconds, revealing what happened to his parents and talking about how he needed to pray, and even asked the dispatcher if she could pray for him. Lee appeared to remain calm and polite during the call. Much of it has been redacted for privacy and investigative statutes. The other 911 call appeared to come from Ayanna Russell, Lee's sister, who lives in California. It's 38 minutes and 21 seconds. But much more is redacted and often difficult to understand. She's also crying hysterically in some of it. Action News Jax spoke with Russell, who said their family dynamic was normal when she lived with them. She said her brother was a good kid, a bright young man with lots of friends. She said she wasn't aware of any issues between her brother and parents and had no idea about the argument. Trevor Eugene Lee's arrest report was heavily blacked out and did not reveal what led up to the shooting. However, Sheriff Michelle Cook said Lee was charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder. Best friend Kyrie Beeman said they went to Lakeside Junior High School together and were about to start Fleming Island High School. Beeman told First Coast News he last spoke with Lee around midnight, 6 hours before police responded to the shooting. "He told me he loved me, and he told me he was calling to say goodnight."
He told me that he loved me, and he told me that he was just calling to tell me goodnight.
Beeman said. Trevor isn't a bad person. He made some bad mistakes and he'll suffer the consequences for it. But that's not all he was. I don't want him to be known as a killer or murderer. He was a great kid, great son, and great brother. Beeman also talked about Lee's parents. "They were the best or one of the best families I knew," he told FCN. "They were funny and they treated me well. They told me they loved me like a son and they treated me as such."
They were probably the best or one of the best families I knew. They were funny and they treated me very well. They told me all the time that they loved me like a son and they treated me as such.
This case isn't just another statistic. It's a mirror into a deeper crisis. Behind the shock and sorrow lies a painful truth. Families are grappling with unseen pressures, children are navigating overwhelming emotions, and in some tragic cases, the results are irreversible. Trevor Lee's story is now a headline, but just days ago, he was a student with parents who loved him and a future ahead of him. Now, the community mourns not just the loss of David and Brandy, but also the loss of innocence, and perhaps the preventable collapse of a family that no one saw coming. As investigators continue their work, one thing is clear. This quiet neighborhood will never be the same again. My question: should a 14-year-old be charged as an adult in a double murder case, or should rehabilitation be the focus? Leave your answers in the comments section, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thanks.
He was funny, charismatic. He always brought good energy, good vibes, and he was probably one of the best people I knew.